Hello my loves, this is Mystique and I welcome you to my digital sacred space. I hope you are happy, healthy and healing wherever you're watching from. Today we are looking at how you can heal your anxiety. So let's start with the piles. I'm going to do 3, so Spirit please give me 3 cards. This is also going to be your guidance, what comes out in the cards. So we have first quarter moon in Aries, step into your power. Very strong energy. This is going to be pile number 1. This is what your card looks like. Then for the second group, we have new moon in Aries, go for it. And for the last pile for today, we have full moon in Aquarius. Be real. I don't know who's clicked on this reading today, but you guys have really beautiful energy. I do feel that some of you are new, but you don't have to be. Whoever you are, you definitely have great energy. So you can take your time to choose from any of these cards. Maybe 2 of them will call out to you, or maybe only 1 of them will call out to you. Please listen to your intuition as you make your selection. And also this reading is going to be a tarot reading, so I'm not here to give you my opinion or my advice on how to heal your anxiety. I'm going to look at what spirit or what the universe, what God wants to say to you regarding your anxiety right now at the time you're watching this reading, and hopefully that information is helpful to you. Also, this reading is not meant to be a substitute for professional advice or help. So if you feel like there's something that comes out that triggers you or you don't like, it's okay. You can choose to click off this video. It's okay. Please put your mental health first. It's completely okay if you don't feel like watching the reading, or if you don't feel like listening to what's coming up, because sometimes that can happen. Sometimes when you are in a low vibrational state and you watch a reading, and in the reading what's keeping you in a low vibration comes out, of course that's going to be hard to listen to and hard to digest. So it's completely fine if you don't want to watch the reading, or if something comes out that doesn't make you feel good. Please remember that it's probably not for you, okay? So I just wanted to say that before we begin, because I created this space to be a safe place for people, and my intention is not to disturb you with information that you don't want to hear or you're not ready for at this time. But if you've clicked on this reading, you might be ready to hear whatever comes out. I feel like you're really brave, and I want to commend you for being strong enough, because anxiety can be a lot to deal with. So first of all, I would like to pat you on the back. I'm sending you all of my love and my light, dear soul. And let's begin with a prayer. So if you guys are new here, I always do this small prayer ritual before we get into the readings, just so I can connect to your energies as a gratitude to your spirit guides, your angels, your higher self, and anyone that I'm reading for, really, because I consider these readings to be very sacred, and my deepest intention is for this information to be helpful to you in some way, and that is why I offer this prayer. Please tap me in to the energies of the viewer, to group number 1, 2 and 3, my dear soul family. Spirit, please tap me in to all of them. Please bring my energy to a certain calm, frequency so that I can read for them accurately and concisely and give them the correct information by reading the cards. I now begin my prayer by offering my gratitude to my pile number 1, 2, 3's higher self, their future self, their ancestors, their spirit guides, and every light being, non-physical being that's watching over them. Thank you for protecting my dear soul family. I ask for my group number 1, 2, and 3 to be protected. I ask for the sacred space to be cleansed of any vibrations or frequencies that do not have good intentions and best interests of my pile number 1, 2, and 3. I ask for all negativity to be cleansed and transmuted. I ask for all negativity to be cleansed and transmuted. I make space for all negativity or all negative emotions or emotions that I don't want to feel. I make space for them, I hold space for them and allow for it to be transmuted into joy, for it to be transmuted into love, for all low vibrational frequencies and energies to be transmuted and transformed into higher vibrational frequencies. My deepest intention for this reading is to provide the correct and necessary information that pile number 1, 2, and 3 needs to hear at this time. I ask for your guidance, dear spirit guides, as I read for them, that there are no mistakes in this reading and that whatever comes out is of help. I ask for clear messages and clear signs and clear communication. I offer my gratitude to my dear soul family for every single person who has booked their reading with me or donated to this channel, for every single person who sends me love with their comments, with their words, with their heart. I thank all of you, my dear loves, for being with me throughout this journey. I promise to do my best in this reading and many more to come. I hope we can stay together for a long time, and I hope that you see me as a friend, because I am here, a person that deeply cares for you even if I don't know you. If you are here, it is not a coincidence. We are, in a way, already connected. I bow and honor this connection that I have to the cards, to spirit, and to my dear soul family who's watching right now. I offer my love, and with that said, I close this prayer. With that said, I'm sending my love to my soul family, and I will see you at your reading, group number 1, 2, and 3. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose first quarter moon in Aries, you chose this card called Step Into Your Power. Now, immediately, as soon as this card came out, I was hit with messages so quickly. Before I even began this reading, like the moment I pulled the card, if you watch the intro, that's where I pulled this card. And the first message that I received for you guys is that you guys could be struggling a lot with people pleasing or not having strong boundaries. I just heard you have poor boundaries. Now, this reading is not meant to call you out or something. I am not here to criticize you or harshly judge you or whatever. I've said this before, this is a judgment-free zone, and whatever comes out, whoever is watching this reading, I have a deep respect for you all and for your energy. So I hope you remember that as we proceed into the reading. But I am seeing that you've struggled a lot with communicating and saying no is what I'm getting. Maybe because you come from a family or a kind of a upbringing, or you had adults around you that were extremely imposing or domineering, forceful, and they did not have your best interests in mind. And so as a coping mechanism, you kind of developed this strategy where you started to put other people first before yourself, and it got to the point where you forgot who you were. And I feel like if you have been through a lot of pain in 2023, my love, if you're watching this at that time, but if you have been through a lot of pain in the past year or so, or past 6 months or so, for some of you I just heard a decade. So that might be only for one of you, though I don't feel like it's for all of you. So for those of you that have gone through a lot of pain in the past year, I'm getting that the pain is coming out because it's showing you that there's something that needs healing, there's something that needs your attention. And when you give up yourself, like when you have poor boundaries, when you don't say no when you meant to say no, or when you say yes when you actually meant to say no, you sacrifice yourself and you give a message to yourself unintentionally and unconsciously: I am not important, I am not worthy of standing up for myself. And so automatically you'll develop like a low self-esteem, right? You'll develop confidence issues. So if you struggled with a confidence issues, or if you struggled with loving yourself and not being able to do that, then one of the reasons why is that the confidence in and of itself is not the problem. You've got to make yourself feel important. And how are you going to do that? When you say no, when you put a boundary, when you communicate your needs and wants to people fearlessly, that's when you yourself are giving yourself the message that, listen, I am here for me. I am here to stand up for me. I am there. It doesn't matter if there's nobody else that's vouching for me, or there's nobody else that's standing up by my side. I stand up for myself and I show myself that I am important. I am important enough to speak up for myself. And I feel like you've not felt that you are important automatically. That would be the natural reaction, especially if you grew up in a house or around people that didn't have your best interests in mind and they were selfish. And this year or this time that you're watching this reading is kind of the time where you're being asked to leave those adaptive coping mechanisms behind, because now they are hurting you. At that time when you were a child, it was a genius thing to do, okay? You couldn't have survived if it wasn't for this strategy of people pleasing, right? Let's be honest here. If like everything exists for a reason, okay? Even things that are detrimental to you in the long run. You wouldn't have developed this coping mechanism if it wasn't necessary, if you were loved for who you are, if your best interests were taken as part of their best interests, the authority figures around you. So I am seeing that kind of just forgive yourself and give yourself a break. And it's okay if you have not been there for yourself up until now, okay? You can begin to be there for yourself right now. It is never too late. I'm just hearing something that Ashley said. Ashley is Halsey, by the way. She once said this. She said, if you have lost yourself, it's never too late to find yourself again. If you have lost yourself, it's never too late to find yourself again. So now let's start with your tarot cards and let's see what comes out for you. Already I feel like the messages are very clear, but let's just see what comes out. I'm feeling that this wants to come out, this wants to come out, this wants to come out. I've not shuffled. Okay. Okay. I thought you might get less cards, but that was not the case. Let's see. We have the Page of Wands reversed. Okay, I'm getting that there's somebody who's immature around you and they act in a very immature way, and I feel like you are much more mature. Maybe you are like, I feel like you could be young and the other person who's immature could be old. Like the person who's coming out as the Page of Wands reversed is the person who could be older than you. This could be like a parental figure or just somebody who's older than you but has some authority over you, and I feel like they're really immature and they make you do things that you don't want to do. And with the Page of Wands coming out, this is a sure confirmation that this person does not have your best interest in mind. If you think that you will do everything for this person and they will like give you love or give you food or a house, this person does not care about you. Okay, the Wands cards, especially the Court cards coming out reversed, always give me like a very narcissistic kind of energy, which is really, really not good. Okay, like narcissists, they are consumed and obsessed with themselves, and they only care about themselves, and they will not care if you get hurt in the process of them wanting something. So I feel like this is something that you need to know first, which is why this card is coming out. Then we have the High Priestess reversed. Yeah, this has completely taken you out of your intuitive knowledge or your intuitive powers. The fact that the High Priestess is coming out is telling me that you could be somebody who is, first of all, you are divine. Okay, that's a confirmation. Otherwise this card would not come out. You are divine and you're capable of some kind of spiritual ability like clairsentience or clairvoyance, clairaudience. You're definitely, there's something about you downloading divine information effortlessly and quickly. Like if you try to access your intuition, it is there. So please listen to your intuition, because I feel and I feel like you shouldn't trust this person, you should trust yourself. And Spirit is saying you don't trust yourself just yet, so you need to trust yourself. This reading is coming out as like a call to you. Please put yourself first and trust yourself more than you trust other people, because other people cannot decide what is good for you. Other people cannot tell you what is best for you. You decide that for yourself. You know that for yourself best. Wow, we also have the King of Cups reversed. For some of you, okay, this is not going to resonate with everyone, but for some of you, this could be a male parental figure, like a father, somebody who's like a father to you, that's very emotionally manipulative. Don't fall for this person's strategy. Okay, if this person says, oh, I'm going to take care of, this could also be like a spouse for some of you, or a toxic boyfriend for some of you, or a toxic partner. Doesn't have to be boyfriend. Like, I'm not trying to make this gender specific, but it just feels to me, because the king is coming out, that there is a predominant masculine energy here. And yeah, please take care that you don't fall. Like, if this person has made promises to you that they are going to marry you, they'll always take care of you, like that's just a way to get you kind of emotionally ensnared, so that you do whatever they want. You're wrapped around their finger like a ring. I'm just hearing the song, Selena's Ring, I think it's called, wrapped around, and the lyrics go something like, the chorus lyrics are, wrapped around my finger like a ring, they just like puppets on a string. Oh my gosh, this person doesn't value you as a human being. They think that you are a puppet to be controlled. I don't think this person knows what they're doing, but this person is not good. This person is not in a healthy state of mind. Okay, so I would say be distant from this person, but I will look at what spirit has to say about all of this. Oh my gosh, we have the Five of Swords. I feel like you're tired of fighting. I feel like you're just so exhausted now. I feel like you could be depressed, some of you, and you feel like you're trapped. You feel like you can't ask for help. Maybe therapy is expensive, or the place you live, there are no good therapists available. And like, I feel like you're feeling like you don't have enough resources, and I feel like you're tired. Like, there are people that have turned their back on you, and you feel like you're all alone, that you're walking this earth alone, and that there's nobody there for you. And that's an understandable feeling. Wow, okay. We have the Hierophant. Wow, okay. Look at this star. Now, this is a very unique Hierophant card that I've seen in any tarot decks. Like, the star always reminds me of the actual star card in the tarot, okay? I know that that didn't come out, but I'm getting that you're meant to shine like a star. I don't know what path you will choose or how you will choose it, or what exactly is going to happen in the near future for you. But what I am getting is that you will definitely shine like the star. Like, you're here to teach people something in some way, but I don't know if you're doing this, if you're aware of this. Like, I just feel like you're going to go through something, and then when you share your experience, a lot of people will relate to what you have to say, and then you'll share your tips and tricks. Like, this is how I got out of a dysfunctional dynamic, this is how to get rid of toxic people, this is how to deal with toxic people. And I feel like whatever knowledge you have to give is going to be very, very helpful for other human beings on the planet right now. You're helping the formation of the new earth, as we call it, as in the spiritual community. You're helping the formation of the new earth by bringing in higher frequencies to the present, to the dense reality that is right now. Let's see what we have. Wow, okay. We have the devil here, you guys. But I'm getting that you could be very much in the habit of self-sabotaging, or not loving yourself, or hating yourself a lot. And I feel like, firstly, Spirit is saying you're not the one who's the problem here. So please just don't. Okay? You're not the one who's the problem here. So don't waste your time hating yourself. Don't waste your time sitting over there thinking that you should have done this better, that better. Having regrets, or regretting that you didn't say no when you had to, or that you said yes when you didn't want to. Because if you get caught up in the past mistakes, you're going to be caught, and you're going to be crying forever. And it's like this devil energy, these people, they want you to not be happy ever. Okay, I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. So I cannot just lie to you. You have to know this, especially if it's a dangerous situation. Then you have to know, so that you can take the appropriate measures to protect yourself. I can only do so much as a reader to protect your energy and your aura. But it's like there's somebody, these people are trying to kind of ensnare you in some kind of a game, some kind of an emotional game. And it's like you are being forced to think about yourself, like you're being forced to become evil in some way. I don't know. I'm being shown there's a K-drama called Squid Game. It went viral just, I think, a few years back. Squid Game, if you guys have seen it. Basically what happens, okay, spoiler alert, so if you're going to watch this, just skip ahead to like 10-20 seconds, okay? But what happens in this show is that there is a game, and people kind of sign up for it, and there is a 1 billion a reward for the person that wins the game. So everybody kind of tries to win the game, but the person that loses dies. So it's like, okay, if I want to win, that means somebody else dies. Okay, so it's like it's the personification of a zero-sum game, right? Like, you lose, you die, right? I win, I live. So it's literally like a life or death situation that is created over there. And I just feel like they're trying to ensnare you in that kind of a situation. Like, you know how some people will kind of force other people to become bullies, and they are bullies themselves, and they will be like, why don't you go and hit this person, like why don't you go and slap this person, and you can tell that that person doesn't want to do it, but then the bully is forcing them to do it. And it's like, now this person has a choice, but if they say no, then they will be the one who will end up getting bullied. So it's like, either I become a bully or I get bullied. You know what I mean? Like, it's that kind of a situation. And I feel like you should choose the choice that is in alignment with what you feel and how you feel. If you do not feel good about bullying someone, you don't want to raise your hands on someone, you don't want to be, of course this is just a hypothetical example, okay, but you'll understand, you'll apply it to your situation as it is. So when you say no and say no to being a bully, the other people watching will be like, okay, this person chose not to be a bully, even though the bullies were forcing him to become one, right? This person said no. And it's like, that shows that you have grit, you have resilience, you have determination. You're not going to be someone who's like a footwear to be thrown around, okay? You're not a chappal to be thrown around here and there. You're a human being with a spine, okay? By chappal, it really just means footwear, you guys. But that's in my language. So also I'm feeling that some of you could be getting betrayed by your romantic partners or your significant other, your other half is what I'm getting. Okay. Let me see, what is this last card? Oh my gosh, we have the Judgment reversed. Why do we have this in reverse, Spirit? I feel like even if you do all of this, you did all of this thinking that things will get better for you, right? Somewhere you felt that things will change, like maybe this person will love me again if I just do this and this and this. And it's like, this and this and this list is never going to end, first of all. So it's better that you just put yourself first and leave. Don't worry, like if these people are trying to be like, oh my god, God is going to punish you and this and that, like especially if it's something like that, especially if it's like religious abuse that these people are trying to throw at you, these people are trying to control you in the name of God, right? In the name of heaven, and be like, oh, you have to take care of this parent because it's wrong, in our religion, like you can't just leave your parent, that's such a bad thing to do, and you know that this person, that your parent is so toxic, right? The best choice for you to do is leave, because you are here to be a star, like, and you see there are no other stars, this is the only one. So I feel like you're here to change something in your family, but if you never dare, then nothing will ever change, and your children will suffer, and your grandchildren will suffer, and their children will suffer, and it will go on, right? Like the cycle just continues, the chain of abuse and trauma and dysfunction kind of continues, which is the opposite of evolution and higher consciousness states. So that is why I'm getting that with the Judgment reversed, you should just be fearless and put yourself first, and don't pay heed to these people, because these people don't want the best for you. So it's completely right for you to put yourself first. You should ask yourself this question: what would a person who loves themselves do? And live your life according to that. Any decision you want to make, what would a person who loves themselves do? That's what you should do. So this was it for the reading. This is what I'm getting. Let me get some advice cards for you, just so these are some really negative energies that came out. This reading was all about how to heal your anxiety, but as we see here, you are not even the problem here. Your mind is not even the problem here. So that is why I'm feeling, that is why you got the card Step Into Your Power, because these people are they think that they can turn you into a person that they want, and it's like, no, you can't, because here you're coming out as the High Priestess and Hierophant. Listen, oh my god, the High Priestess and the Hierophant. I didn't realize it. You guys, in the major arcana, you see how the Empress and Emperor are like couple cards, right? Not exactly a couple, but like couple cards, right? Polarity cards. The High Priestess Guess what is the polarity of the High Priestess? It's the Hierophant. And it comes out just on top of the other in the same, here, right in the middle, in the second card. I didn't realize this before. Did you guys know that? I'm feeling that the only way to truly manifest love or get whatever it is that you want right now is to put yourself first and be selfish. I feel like some of you don't want to become narcissistic and you're like, I don't want to be like that. But that is just a state of resistance that you have to get through. You're not a narcissist. Narcissist people, they do not have confidence, you guys. Yes, that is why they're obsessed with themselves. Why do you think they only care about themselves? Because they do not have confidence. Their core is made up of shame and anger and guilt. That is why they take it out on other people. That is why they swallow up other people, and that's the only way they think they can survive. So please remember that, you're not going to become a narcissist because, first of all, you are not an empty person and your core is not made up of guilt or shame. Although these people could try to shame you, but I don't think you're made up of shame. I think you're made up of love. Because if you were not, you would not be here on this channel. You would not be watching this tarot reading. Somewhere you're spiritually connected. Somewhere you feel that connection to spirit. And that is why you're here. So this is what I'm seeing for you. Let me just pull one more card. Any advice or guidance for pile number 1? How to deal with these toxic people? Feeling 2 cards for you. We have attend to the details. Reflect on your priorities. With attend to the details, I'm getting that you should remember what people do, what these people do. Remember what they said, how they said, or when they said they were going to do something. If some of these toxic people say, oh, I'll do this in 2 days, I'll do this in 2 days, and then after 2 days it's still not done, and then after 2 days it's still not done, and then after another 2 days it's still not done. It's pay attention to their behavior. You'll find those patterns that they are using to kind of hurt you, right? Because they don't care about you. So it doesn't matter if it takes 10 days when they promise 2 days. They're like, array, I'm not going to take pile number 1 seriously, right? And this card is so appropriate. Reflect on your priorities, pile number 1. Your priorities, not the other. If you are having anxiety, go to sleep. Do whatever it takes, to help yourself come to a place of safety within yourself, to help yourself relax, to help yourself trust the universe. If you want to meditate. You've got to put your priorities first, pile number 1. You cannot put your priorities to the back, okay? You cannot push your priorities to the back, okay? This is what I want to say. And step into your power. Step into your power, because you are here to help people in some way. If you don't step into your power, all these people will not get the gift that you're here to give. We are all connected here in some way. And the fact that I started this tarot channel, firstly, I do get a lot of love, okay, from you guys. So that already makes my work worthwhile. But I still have to put in a lot of effort. I do put in a lot of effort in my readings. If you've been here on my channel, then you already know this about me. But I am getting that if I didn't create this channel, how many people that were helped through whatever information that spirit gave them in the reading, all of those people would not have been helped. And on my bad days, or when things get really hectic and I'm trying to just get through another day, I remember that there are people that need this information. There are people that need to connect with spirit, and that is my job to kind of help you help yourself, and I never thought that I would do this, and I feel like you are also kind of going to do something similar. I don't know if you're going to be a tarot reader, but I feel like you could read tarot, honestly, because you are showing up as the Hierophant and High Priestess, so you are deeply intuitive and sensitive yourself, so you could do tarot easily. You might not even need cards actually to get some divine information, is what I'm getting. So please trust in your own abilities, and please trust in your own manifestations and dreams, because when you start putting yourself first and when you start reflecting on your own priorities, that is when life will get better for you, okay? And that is when the anxiety will kind of solve itself, is what I want to say. You don't have to try to get rid of anger, you don't have to try to get rid of jealousy, right? Like, you have to deal with what is behind that, what is masking as anger, what is masquerading as jealousy, right? What is masquerading as jealousy? Low self-esteem. What masquerades as anger? Pain, right? So that's what you need to deal with. You need to deal with the pain, you need to deal with the low self-esteem. That's what you need to deal with. Anxiety is like a surface symptom that is very disturbing, of course, but there's always a reason why, like behind that the surface symptom exists, right? And this was it for your reading, pile number 1. I hope this was helpful to you. If you want any further clarification, you can choose to book a personal reading with me. My email ID is in the description. It's 𝒫𝒾𝓁𝓮 𝓛𝓸𝓿𝓮 and I give thanks to all of the cards that I used today, to all of the decks. I give thanks to you, your higher self, your spirit guides, for allowing me to read for you. As always, I'm sending you a lot of love. I cherish each and every one of you, and hopefully I will see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Bye. Hello and welcome, my dear loves. If you chose pile number 2 or you chose this card called New Moon in Aries, go for it. Now, I'm getting that you are kind of in like a transition period. You're not fully there into the new phase. You have not stepped foot into the new chapter of your life, but you are not there in your old in your old phase either. Like, you are kind of in the middle of, like, you're not in the future, you're not in the past, but you're kind of in the middle, right? Like, you're kind of in the middle of 2 chapters. You're in the in-between is what I want to say. And I'm getting that for you guys are feeling anxiety because you're stepping into like a new chapter. And I feel like, firstly, I'm getting that there is a lot of great things coming for you, pile number 2. There's a lot of miracles that are going to happen in the next year. Whenever you're watching this reading, like in the upcoming time, there's going to be a lot of unknown things, but they will feel so good. Like, there will be opportunities, there will be things that kind of come out of nowhere, kind of come out of the dark and just hit you. But it is so good. I feel like it's something that you always wanted and you didn't know how it was going to come. Like, how sometimes you want something so bad and you try to like manifest that into your life, right? Like, for example, you're trying to manifest a house and you're like, how am I going to get this house? Like, I don't have enough money to purchase it and this and that. And then out of a sudden, it's like, you have a house now. End of story. And you're like, wait, how did that happen? I didn't realize that I have a house now. But all of this time you knew that you were going to end up with your favorite house, but you just didn't know how it was going to happen. And I feel like the universe is taking care of the how for you. So I feel like the first message, of course, is very clear right here, is to go for it. And I feel like for a lot of you, the anxiety that you're having is just that, like, what if things go wrong? Like, what if this new chapter, I have to struggle in this new chapter? What if this new chapter is full of darkness or full of struggle, full of pain? And what will I do? Firstly, I want to say that you're strong enough to deal with anything or whatever comes your way, okay? You're strong enough to deal with that. But I am not seeing that, like, I'm not seeing too many bad things, honestly. Like, this card is just straight up giving me like a celebration kind of vibe for you, at least, and the reading and the energy that I'm tapping into right now. And you see how during a new moon in India, it's called as Amavasya, and Amavasya nights are not considered the best, in the sense that they are not considered holy. Actually, that's not the word, but it is said not to do something on a new moon night, okay, on Amavasya. And the only reason is because there is no light from the moon, right? Because the whole of moon is entrenched in the dark. And I'm hearing the dark side of the moon. And I feel like the reason why you're feeling anxiety is, first of all, that you're afraid of what you cannot see right now. You're afraid of what you don't know, because you don't know what you don't know, right? And there's no way to know that beforehand. You can't know the future. And so that is why you probably clicked on this reading. And I'm just feeling that, firstly, I want to reassure you that there is nothing bad in the sense coming your way, especially if you're watching this in 2023 and you're stepping into 2024. 2024 is going to be a very prosperous year for you. But if you're watching this at any other time, the next 6 months are going to be influential in your life and transformative, and they're going to be a surprise. There's a surprise element here, and spirit is asking you to just go for it. Okay, we have this card, so actually no, I'm going to put that back because I don't feel like that is for you. So for pile number 2, please, for pile number 2. We have the 3 of Cups reversed, the back of the deck. Let's look at your cards. We have the 10 of Wands. Yeah, there's something about you shedding off your... There's something about you shedding off some weight that you were carrying on your shoulders. I just heard climbing the Mount Everest. There was something that was as difficult as climbing the Mount Everest. And I feel like some weight is being taken off of your shoulders. Some burden is being taken off of your shoulders by spirit. And you're venturing into a more light, free time. Like, it's literally light in the sense you don't feel like you have to be at 10 places at once, like it's a light period where you can kind of relax and kind of take things slow if you want. I feel like that's what's happening because of this card coming out. Wow, look at her. She's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with this deck, you guys. You probably must have already seen this deck many times now. But we have the Queen of Swords herself coming out here for you. Let me see more cards and see what she wants to say. We have the 6 of Pentacles, also reversed. Then for the final 4 cards, we have the Knight of Cups, reversed. We have the Page of Wands, also reversed. Wow, you have the 10 of Swords. So you have 2 10s kind of at the beginning of your spread and at the end. Coincidence? Obviously not. And then for the last card, we have 6 of Swords. Wow. Okay, I see. I feel like you want to heal, pile number 2. I feel like you're the kind of person who wants to move to kind of like the next phase, right? And I'm feeling that there's somebody who's very immature. This could be an ex. Like, I don't feel like this person is in your current energy. I feel like you already know who I'm talking about. This person is kind of like obsessed with you, and obsessed with you in a negative way, where they don't want to see you elevate. They don't want to see you do better than them because they are jealous of the kind of level that you will reach. And with the King of Swords coming out reversed, they could try to make you feel like you're crazy, or that what you want is invalid, or that what you want is never going to happen, or that your life is never going to get better. And it's like your anxiety could be caused because they are sending you some kind of like bad energy just by wishing bad for you. That is still sending bad energy. It's not always like, oh, I'm sending bad energy to you. It's not always like that. When somebody wishes bad for you, you're automatically being sent bad energy. So with the Queen of Swords reversed coming out, I feel like you need to kind of take a sword and cut this karmic bond down, like cut this karmic cord out, because this person does not have your best interests. We have the Knight of Cups reversed, the Page of Wands reversed, we have the 6 of Pentacles reversed, which is literally about giving and receiving. It's all about balance. But when then this comes out reversed, it's like one is taking more, one is giving more. It's kind of like a parasitic relationship. And oh my gosh, we have 2 6s. I didn't realize that. 2 10s, 2 6s, and 3. Maybe 3 and 10 and 6 are some numbers that mean something to you, maybe some of your birthdays. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. Let's get back to the reading. But I'm feeling that you need to start pouring in your own cup. You need to start knowing that you are the ish, okay? You are the ish. Pile number 2. And this person is just trying to put you down because they don't like that you're going up, right? So they might have tried to kind of put a lot of burden on you. You know how sometimes when there is like a new person who comes to join a workplace, and this new person has like a lot of awards and they're very accomplished, and then some of the team members will be like, oh, we don't want to do all this, like, why don't you do it, and they will give like the whole tasks that they are supposed to do, the whole responsibility that they are supposed to take, to the person who's new, just because they're jealous that the person who's new is so good at it. Like, why are you so good at it? You know what I mean? And I feel like this is a projection. Like, there's somebody who's projecting on you and telling you who you are, kind of like showing you who you are. But please remember that what you're being reflected is not who you are, okay? What you're being shown, what you're being told you are not that. You define you, okay? Please remember that, pile number 2. You define you. So if there's somebody who's kind of trying to show you, like, when you look inside the water and you can kind of see your reflection, or when you look in the mirror you can see your reflection, the reflection is not you, right? It is your reflection, but the reflection in and of itself is not you. So that's what I'm being shown here. Like, because when somebody projects something onto you, right? Let's say there is like a hater who's always jealous of you and always hating you, and they have like 100 million reasons, and they have this whole theological philosophy like, oh, this is the reason why this is not good, and this and that, and they'll try to convince you that, oh, you're wrong, you're crazy, and this and that, like, this is why this is not good, your album is not good, your song is not good, your art is not good, whatever, right? They have a lot to say, and they won't say that they are jealous, right? Like, they won't admit to it, and they will be like, oh, you are the problem, oh, your art is not good enough, oh, these songs that you made are not good enough, oh, this poetry is not good, this book that you wrote is not good, you know what I mean? And then they will give you like 10 reasons, which will sound convincing, which will sound like, oh my god, wait a second, that makes sense. And it's like, that's what they want. They want to convince you that you are not good enough. And it's like, you cannot allow yourself to be convinced that you're not good enough, because you are showing up as the queen. The only problem is that you don't know it, you don't acknowledge that you're a queen. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging that you are skilled, or I feel like you're good at something, and there's people around you that are jealous of the fact that you have this skill, okay? And I'm being reminded of something that Taylor Swift said in an interview. People used to see her songwriting as sort of like a gimmick or a trick instead of a skill. And I feel like these people underestimate this skill, for you. They think that like, it's not a big deal. Like, they try to minimize it, they try to like decrease it and make it look like, oh, like, that's not a big deal, like, I can write a better song, you know what I mean? You know how people used to be with Taylor Swift. Of course, now she's acknowledged as like the artist of the decade or whatever, and everybody knows that she's a great songwriter, right? Because she's proven herself, and it's like, I'm getting that kind of energy for you. She's one of the best in the game, first of all, right? Like, she's got one of the best albums, she has like the best songs, and it's okay if you don't like Taylor Swift, but I'm just giving you an example. You know how she's so amazing at her craft. She's literally perfection, right? She puts in so much effort and hard work into her craft, and I feel like it's the same for you. You are also in a way close to perfect, right? Like, you're almost perfect because you also put in a lot of work. I feel like you're very strategic, you're hardworking, you really like to look things deeply, you're observant, so you learn things, you pick up things very quickly, and then when you actually try them out, it's not that hard for you. And other people will look at you and be like, oh, you're a genius, this is effortless for you, but it's not that. You've been paying attention your whole life. Like, I feel like you could be the quiet, introverted person who's sitting in the corner of kind of absorbing people or observing people, like I feel like you like to do that because I feel like that helps you learn more. You realize from a very young age that listening helps you learn more than talking and kind of, putting yourself out there or expressing. Nothing wrong with that, but I just feel like you're more the kind of person who is very humble and willing to learn more than you're willing to kind of project yourself in a certain way. I feel like you're not trying to put on a false persona or something, although people might project onto you and say that you are. I feel like you are not doing that, okay? And also this thing, be careful of who you ask for guidance, right? Like them, if you go to people that don't like you, or that don't like that you're perfect, or that don't like that you're better than them, they're not going to give you good advice because they don't like that you're better than them, right? If you go to a person who wishes the best for you, that's a good person to take advice. You cannot take advice, or you cannot listen to people that are good at something that you think are better than you, but they don't like you because in their brain you're more perfect than them. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that made sense. There was this book writer, okay, and he was a really good book writer, and he had this inspiration. He had this person that he looked up to who was a huge inspiration, all right? And he tried to write like this person, okay, and he couldn't. But after many years this person who was writing, he received a lot of praises and a lot of compliments, right? And the person that he looked up to was already having a lot of praises and a lot of compliments. Now it was like this person was the other person's biggest fan, right? And it was the other way around, except the person A didn't know that person B was also a fan of person A, okay? Because person A had achieved so much, and for the longest time they didn't talk. They just hated each other. They just couldn't stand each other. For the longest time they didn't talk because they would not admit to each other that, yes, you are better than me, is what I think. Like, yes, you are better than me. You know what I mean? Because it was like that psychological battle that was going on, like an invisible psychological battle that was going on. So it's a little bit like that, where like two people are kind of butting heads, and it's like, you might think that there's somebody who's better than you, but don't show it. Even if you think it, don't show it, okay? Keep your strength, act like you're the best in the game, because you are. And do your best to heal. Keep focusing on yourself. Don't give too much of yourself away, and focus on your own healing first, and moving on from your own like, if you want to move on to a certain phase in life and other people disapprove of it, I feel like you should do it. I feel like, because that's in your best interest, right? Like, you should do it. Don't let like a majority of people kind of push you down and pull you down and be like, oh, you need to be on our level, because low vibrational will, when it's like this, right? When it's like this, and because you're growing, you're going up, and these people are not growing, so they will be there, and then you might be here at first, okay, and then you grow, and then you grow, you evolve, and then you got here, and then these people will be like, oh, wait a second, why are you there? Come down to meet us. Like, don't be so perfect, don't be so good. You know what I mean? And now the only choice you have is to just stay away from these people or bring yourself down. And it's like, ask yourself, what is a priority for you? Sometimes some people are not meant to be in your life. What is a priority for you? People that don't grow with you, like, either you can grow and then they can grow as well, right? Like, you guys can grow together, right? But they are not interested in growth. So how does that help you in your life, right? Now you might be thinking, oh, it's wrong to have friendships based on like ulterior motives and this and that, but people that don't want to grow will bring you down. So there is a disadvantage to that, okay? And people that want to grow with you will aid in your expansion, will aid in your evolution. They will help you achieve your dreams. They will help you go for it. They will ease your anxiety, right? And that is what I'm seeing in the cards for you, that you're having anxiety because these people don't want you to feel good. First of all, like, I feel like your anxiety is not your own. Like, you're kind of absorbing this energy from the environment, because you got one of the most positive cards, which is go for it, right? Like, this is one of the most positive cards in the deck. It literally says go for it. The message is quite straightforward and clear. So I feel like you there's nothing wrong with you. You just go for it. Go go for it, keep growing, keep evolving, keep putting yourself first, and go for it. And don't worry about any nonsense that these people are doing, because they just want to bring you down, because they cannot stand or tolerate that you are levels higher than them. Okay, that's what I'm seeing for you, pile number 2. If you would like any more clarification, you guys can choose to book a personal reading with me. My email ID is in the description. It's 𝒫𝒾𝓁𝓮 𝓛𝓸𝓿𝓮 so you guys can email me to book your personal reading with me. I'm going to take the time to thank all of the cards here today. Thank you for allowing me to read for pile number 2. Thank you, dear decks, for helping me. And I thank you, my dear pile number 2, for being brave and facing all of these people alone. You've got what it takes. You've got what it takes. So believe in yourself, trust in yourself. You're going to get through this. Whatever they are showing you is not the reality. You are your reality, and you define you. Your thoughts define you, not their thoughts. Not what their perception of you is not who you are. Okay? So this is what I want to say. If they say you're a terrible person, of course it's not true. Of course it's not true. So I'm wishing you all of the very best, although you don't need it, pile number 2, and I hope you go for it. Go for whatever dreams you have and put yourself first and just go for it, because this is a highly auspicious time for you. Okay, and now with that said, I will take the time to thank all of your angels, all of the cards. I want to thank you. I want to thank your higher self, your spirit guides, for allowing me the honor to read. And I will see you hopefully in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Bye. Hello, my loves. If you chose group number 3 or card number 3, you chose this card called Full Moon in Aquarius, Be Real. The very first thing I'm getting is that there is a certain calmness to your energy. I know this reading is called How to Heal Your Anxiety. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm going to pull more cards, but I'm just getting, when I try to tap into your energy, you make me feel calm. Like maybe that's an effect you have on other people. You make other people feel calm, but inside you, there's like a whole storm going on. I'm being shown the red spot on Jupiter. I think it's called the red spot. I'm not really sure, but the red spot, the so-called red spot, is basically like a huge storm on the surface of the Jupiter caused due to the different gases there. I don't know. I read about it a long time ago, and I remember like that stuck in my head. And Spirit is kind of showing me like the surface of Jupiter and the orange colors, like those stripy patterns that are caused due to like the difference in colors. If you guys have seen like any pictures of Jupiter, you'll know. You have the card Aquarius. And Aquarius, interesting. Okay, let me pull some tarot cards for you. How to heal, pile number 3, how to heal. Okay, lots of cards for you. Let's see what we have. We have the 5 of Pentacles reversed. I feel like your anxiety could be related to finances, or not having enough of finances, or not having enough of abundance, not having enough, the kind of sense of stability and the security that finances bring, that is the kind of financial stability I feel like you're looking for. I don't know if you found it yet, but I feel like there's some kind of a worry or anxiety associated with. If this doesn't resonate, this might not be your reading, but you can watch 5 more minutes if you want, just to see if this reading is for you. But I'm just getting that your family might not be in a state where they are able to afford the more convenient or luxurious things in life, because I just see this as like a mother and child. The 5 of Pentacles does not have a mother and child, but I'm just seeing this that way. And I feel like there is a lot of love in your family or within this community or group, wherever you are. They are very supportive, they're very loving, but I'm getting that you are coming out of this starvation pattern. I feel like you're healing something about finances or money, because at the end of the day, money is an energy. So I feel like you're healing something about money at the time you're watching this, but I feel like money could be the reason for your anxiety. We have the Four of Cups reversed once again. Oh. We have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands came out for all three piles today, and he was reversed. Then we have the Three of Wands reversed. Maybe you want to go travel somewhere, or maybe it's like a dream for you to travel, go travel somewhere, and I feel like you feel that you can't do it because you don't have enough finances. It's like you're on the verge of a new opportunity. My god, look how similar these two cards are. Like, I'm sorry for the explosions. Look how similar these two cards are, and look how even their legs are so similar. It's like they're about to take a step into the next phase, but it's like something is stopping them. And I feel like you feel that finances could be a reason for why you are stopping. You are like, okay, I want to go travel to this country, and this is the amount of money that I will need, and I don't have that. And it's like, for some of you, if it's not traveling, for some of you it's traveling for your higher education. So maybe you want to go finish some of your studies in some other country. I just picked up some country, like I just heard Europe, Australia. So maybe some of you are wanting to go to Europe, Australia, or Canada and Japan, South Korea is what I'm picking up. But I feel like you guys don't feel like that dream is going to come true because of your financial burdens, or like the fact that you don't have enough finances, and that is the cause of your anxiety, or that is the source of your anxiety. And I'm being shown that this kind of is just an illusion. Now let me clarify what this means. Okay, I'm about to say something that could be like a complex thing to understand, so I'm going to try to do my best to kind of simplify it. When you manifest something, firstly, money is just energy, right? Like the numbers in your bank account, they are numbers, right? They are energy. Now if you think too much, like, try this trick. Okay, just try this one trick. When you look at the numbers in your bank account, just think of them like, okay, this is just a number. Right now it's 5,000,000, whatever. Tomorrow it's going to be 5 with 7 zeros, and just don't think too much about it. Like, that's one trick that you can do. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but manifestation itself seems like a crazy thing to exist, although it is happening all the time. So it's like you don't get too attached to it. Stop focusing on the fact that you don't have enough money. And if you have just 5 rupees, or like just $5, in your account, or the amount of money that you have, just focus on the fact that, oh my god, I have $5, and kind of bring yourself out of the state of like, I don't have enough, and bring yourself out of the state, I have this, I'm focused on this, I have this. And the more you are focused on like, I have money, even if you don't, okay, you could just like straight up be delusional and lie, right? You could be like, even if you have like no money whatsoever, you could just be like, I have this, I'm so grateful for this, I'm so grateful for this house, even if I don't have money, I'm so grateful that I got this food to eat today, even if I don't have money. And don't say even if I don't have money, just when you practice that again and again and again, that's what your focus becomes, and your point of attraction is like, I have enough, I have this, and spirit will be like, okay, let's give them more, because that is what they are focusing on. Ironically, when you say, I don't have this, please give me this, the universe doesn't. Okay, why? because it functions on law of mirroring or the law of attraction, right? That's why it doesn't work that way. So the more you say, I don't want this, I don't want this, that is what you get. That is what you're going to get, because the universe doesn't understand when you say, I don't want this. What it only understands is your point of focus. So when you say, I don't want this, let's say I say that, I don't want this leaf on my table, right? I don't want this leaf on my table, Spirit. I don't want this leaf on my table. I don't want this leaf in my life. What am I focused on? This leaf, right? And now there will be a bunch of more leaves like this that will just come to me. Why? Because I'm saying I'm focused on this by trying not to focus on it, right? So I know it works like it's a little bit confusing to understand, but I hope that made sense. So instead of saying that I don't want this, figure out what you do want, right? Like, let's say traveling is your dream. Just make a journal and take your best printouts of photos and places you want to be, and make a journal and write in the present tense. Like, write as if you're there and you're making a journal after traveling to that place, right? And you're like, oh, I visited this place and this was so beautiful. You can write like, oh, I visited this Taj Mahal in India, and I went to this temple in India. Like, you can write it like that, right? Like, or, oh, I went to like Switzerland and I saw the mountains there, they're so beautiful, and the lakes there, they're so beautiful. And you can write like a journal, and as if it's a journal that you're writing after visiting that country, right? And don't even think about money. Like, don't think about how it's going to happen. All you should focus on is what you want to happen, right? As if it's already happened. That's it. We have 2 of 1. Oh my god, after 3 you have 2. Wow, you are going to travel, you guys. For those of you that have a dream of traveling, this is a confirmation. You're going to travel. Once again, I don't know how this is happening, or why, or when, or what. I feel like one day you're just going to be in a new place and be like, oh my god, how did this happen? Like, it all just worked out for me, didn't it? And you're going to look back at your past, and you're surprised and you're confused that, oh, Spirit actually did work in my favor. Spirit actually did give me everything I wanted. And it's going to allow you to trust Spirit more. It's like, you see how this person is standing on like the top of the tower. Like, you're going to be feeling like you're on top of the world. Pile number 3. Very interesting reading for you. And we have the King of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Don't make any big financial decisions, investments, or purchases right now. Wait for some time. I feel like there's something big that's going to come your way, and that is going to be worthy of investing. That is going to be worthy of putting your hard-earned money in. So just wait for some time, because that opportunity is going to fall into your lap soon. So if you wait for some time, the opportunity will fly to you. Then we have the Hierophant reversed. Okay, this is coming to me as almost like a slight kind of wanting to inform you that there could be careful of, like, if you're going to an agency, or if you're going to like a certain person for guidance or whatever, and you obviously trust that person when they say, like, if they take your money and they're like, okay, we are going to do this and this, we'll make sure that you're traveling this and this, and it's like, be careful of giving your, like, be careful of trusting guidance. Okay, be careful of trusting whose guidance you want to take and where you want to put your money, because there could be a lot of people, and of course, like, there are people in the world. I mean, there are people in the world that just want to loot money from people that want to go travel to another country. They know that they are easy targets, right? Tourists are easy targets. So there could be somebody who's kind of exploiting that authoritative position, and it's like, be careful. Don't fall for this person's schemes or tactics. We have the Ace of Cups reversed. And what do we have? The Ten of Wands reversed. Okay. With the Ace of Cups reversed, if something doesn't work out for you, right? Like, let's say that there is a person who, let's say you approach like an agency to travel, right? Like you approach like a tourist bus people, like a team, right? You approach them and you're like, okay, I want to tour this place, like how much would it cost? And they're like, oh, it's going to cost $1,000. Okay, $1,000. And you're like, wait a second, but it costs only $150 and not $1,000. And they get like, you know that this person, that they are just trying to loot money, that they're just trying to like rob people of their money, right? And if you walk away from that, you'll feel like, okay, I'm walking away from the opportunity of me being able to travel or go see these places. And it's like, don't worry, you'll have that opportunity once again for $150. You won't have to pay 1,000. So it's like, if something doesn't work out, right? If something doesn't work out and you choose to walk away from like a scam, or you choose to save yourself from something, that is going to work out in your favor. Even though on the surface it looks like, oh, I didn't get to go there because I didn't give this, like, should I have given $1,000? And it's like, no, okay, you're not supposed to give your money to scammers. Okay, you're not supposed to, because that is also a way of respecting your own money. At the end of the day, that is also a way of respecting yourself, and that's important because that's your money. So you have every right to see how it's being spent or where it's being spent. So that is why I'm getting that if a door closes, another one will open. Keep this in mind, pile number 3. If a door closes, another one will open. Do not worry. Spirit is taking care of you. You're going to get your dream. First of all, that's a confirmation. You're going to travel. You're going to move. So don't worry. It's going to happen. One door closes, another one will open. One opportunity goes away, another will come. And it's going to be very perfect for you. So you don't have to compromise. You don't have to sacrifice. Spirit doesn't want that. With the Ten of Wands coming out reversed, I feel like you should be focused on feeling relaxed and feeling light, and don't give in too much to the energy of anxiety, or focusing too much on the fact that you don't have finances, or you don't have this, you don't have that. Whatever makes you not feel good, don't stop focusing on that and start focusing on things that do feel good to you. Like, you could be having your favorite breakfast every day, and it's a small thing, right? It's just breakfast. Everyone has breakfast. But you're having your favorite meal for breakfast, you're having your favorite food for breakfast. Allow yourself to kind of really sink into that feeling, really feel good, allow yourself to feel good about it. And that is going to make you a match to more experiences where you get exactly what you want, right? And even if there are some people that are trying to F with your energy or F with your money or something, right? Let that go and don't focus on it too much. Let that go and be like, I'm going to close this door. I don't like these people. I don't like the energy. I know they are trying to just take extra money from me. I know they're trying to scam me in some way. I don't know how. I can't pinpoint it. You'll get that feeling. Your intuition will tell you, don't go there. Don't do this, right? Danger, 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 right? And just listen to your intuition. And you don't know, you might want to go see a bookstore, for example, and you've really wanted to go to that bookstore, okay? But Spirit says, just when you're about to go, just when you're about to take that step, just when you're about to cross the road to go to open that door of the bookstore, Spirit is like, no, don't go there. Listen to what Spirit is saying. Listen to what Spirit is saying and leave. Leave. Don't question Spirit. Why didn't this happen? And I really wanted to go to the bookstore. Why is my intuition telling me no and not to go there? Because of this. Because of this. There could be people that try to scam you in that bookstore. You don't know who what kind of people are inside that bookstore. You could like that place, but if there is something that Spirit is trying to take you away from, then that's probably dangerous for you, and that's probably not good for you, right? Spirit will never take you from somewhere and put you in danger, right? Spirit will take you away from danger and put you in safety, put you in good feeling spaces, right? So spirit always has the best intentions and the best, I just heard creations, the best creations for you. That's what I'm hearing. Embrace your unique soul, pile number 3. And this is it for your reading. I hope you liked it. If you want to book a personal reading with me for further clarification or any other topic, my email ID is in the description. It's mystiquetarot28@gmail.com. It's going to be in the description, so it's easy for you to access. I'm going to take the time to thank all of the cards. Thank you, dear decks. Thank you, dear images, colors, for allowing me to read for pile number 3. Thank you, pile number 3, spirit guides, higher self, angels, ancestors, for allowing these messages to come through me. And pile number 3, thank you so much for stopping by, and hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one.